Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Watcher of Realms video. In today's video, I want to show you something that was quite fun and interesting for me to actually be able to do it, and that is going to be my team that I used to beat GR1 on stage 20. And honestly, the fun thing about this one was the fact that I ended up using somebody that actually made it easy, and fun enough, on the first try, I beat it, and that was a free epic, okay? So I do have some solid legendaries in this team, like, don't get me wrong, I'm gonna show you this, but the funny thing, and what I'm gonna explain is the fact that, like I said again, the hero that actually made it so much easy was the free epic Mari, okay? That was mind-blowing for me because, well, funny enough, that was the same thing that happened when I did GR1 stage 19. Again, I was trying to keep pushing it forward. I was not quite doing enough damage. They were taking down the wall. They were coming out, so it was a bit more complicated, so I couldn't really do it, unfortunately, without Mari. And again, I've been testing it last night for like 1 or 2 hours, and the second I put Mari in, I straight up beat it. But before I jump into showing you the team and trying to reproduce the run, because I was doing it on my phone in bed, I did not expect to beat it, so I'm gonna try and redo it again without power dominance and all that. I want to say that I rage pulled yesterday, okay? I ended up rage pulling on the banner that guaranteed us a new legendary, you know, one that we did not have. I pulled lots of ancients as well. I'm still with no Lunaria. That's my most wanted epic lord because, you know, I have amazing piercers. If you look through my account, you're going to see lots of amazing piercers, boom, 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 but no Lunaria or any legendary lord, so pushing gear rate 3 is gonna be harder for me. However, my guaranteed from last night was a Cerberus, and I've seen a few people use him in there, so I obviously tested out, tried to use Cerberus a ton because he has a quirky kit where, you know, he does this AoE damage. When he dies, there's still some AoE damage that stays because of the passive and whatnot, so he's a quirky one, but I guess I did not quite figure out how to use him, and because I don't have enough scrolls, he took a while to come to his. Actually, the scrolls don't even influence his ultimate, so makes it a bit more complicated to actually try and use him. So yeah, I tried to use him, I tried to test out, it didn't really work. Then I even built what's her name again, Valkyra. I even built Valkyra for this team, didn't really work. Again, I tried to use her because of the, what is it, this one. She brings vulnerability to magic damage by 15%, okay, every time she hits, but because of the way that her range hits, I couldn't place her in front of the wall, she would die. Behind, she wouldn't affect everybody, so she was just not quite good enough for the team, so I had to drop her. Then another one that I tested was I tried to bring in Greed, okay? Because Greed kind of brings a little bit of help as well with this magic resistance reduction. Again, it was just not good enough. I could not do it as the last person, and then I just ended up using Mari in the end, okay? So let me show you the team and let's try and do a run, and hopefully I'm gonna be able to reproduce it, but oh yeah, let me turn off the power of dominance. I do want to give a shout out to my wife Ivy Gaming and to Kraymon, okay? Ivy posted yesterday a video where she had Kraymon on the channel. I don't remember the name that he has in game, but they showed a video of his team on GR1 stage 21, okay? Where he was using Boreas, he was using Vierna, you know, Comet, I think, so all the usual ones. But the thing that gave me an idea was actually using Laurel, not just to like pull her out to give 50% rage, but actually using her for her ultimate that she boosts rage for 2 people, okay? If I would awaken her at 5, she's gonna boost the rage of another person, so that would definitely be a lot more helpful. Also, she brings damage reduction when she does that, so the idea with Laurel is actually madness, okay? It's actually madness, and basically you're gonna see I'm gonna have as DPS Vierna, Lasir, and Boreas. I am lucky enough to have an A1 Boreas. I pulled a lot this weekend, okay? I did pull a lot, or actually last weekend as well. So you know, there's lots of sharp pulls happening. So they are my 3 DPS, and at the same time, Boreas and Lasir are also bringing us the heal, the anti-healing, okay? Boreas brings it on his passive every time he does whenever enemies are under freeze, it applies the anti-healing as well, okay? So it says when enemies are inflicted with freeze, they will also receive anti-healing when attacking enemies inflicted with freeze deals 45% extra damage. And It doesn't say it here, but I think it works with anybody's freeze. Like, for example, Mari bringing freeze on her ultimate also helps with this one. Plus, he does a lot of freeze on the battle skill ultimate. He's a really fun one. Then I do have as my healers Hollow on the right side because she boosts rage alongside Laurel. The Vortex is for the other side. And you see that I have a Brokir in here, okay? You might be wondering, what's up with a Brokir? Well, the way that I did it is I managed to kill everybody, but the boss is tough. He deals good damage to the shield, so I needed something at the end to be able to stop him. So let's see, wish me some luck that I can RNG it, but basically the way that I start is I place my Vierna first over here, so she covers everything. Then I place Laurel because she's in Invigoration, and she gives the tag to Vierna as well, okay? Then I wait, obviously, because I'm gonna place my Boreas next, okay? After I place something, I'm gonna move to the other side. So place Boreas next. You see he straight up does the freeze. Then I place Dolores, and I hope I get the attack. I did not. Dolores is in Invigoration as well. I was hoping to get the attack up. Didn't really happen, but you can see, let me move myself to the other side. You can see how fast I'm getting those rages in there. Then I place Hollow in this corner. You see how fast she comes back to it. I can straight up do this. I can pop Boreas. Basically, I'm just, most of the time, I'm kind of YOLOing. I have so much rage regen happening that I just can YOLO these things because they come back to their rage regen pretty fast. Next one that I place is gonna be Vortex over here because I need some healing, and then I place Lasir. I place him at the top because you see this last spot over here. If I place him a little bit down, let me show you. So, oh god, what did I do? I have to restart. So if I would have placed him down, he would have covered here, so people that were at the back would have not worked. Let's go again. Mistakes have been made. Mistakes have been made. It's kind of like same reason with him. See, if I do it over there, it's fine. If I do it over here, if people are just about in that spot, it's not going to work. So you have to keep in mind the positionings as well, their range for the people that you're using, because they can be pretty crucial for the fights. As you know, if you miss a little bit of a spot, you might have that one person surviving over there, and that's gonna not help you. Let's see. Okay, no Invigoration again from Dolores. It's fine. It's fine. We should hopefully still do it again. It might not work perfectly, but the whole idea is I want to show you guys the principle, okay? Because you know how these ones go. Usually it's about RNG as well, like getting the right RNG, getting the right luck at the right time so you can, you know, kill the stuff. It's mostly RNG with these ones. But the thing is, on this side, I kind of keep popping Hollow and Laurel as often as I can. Okay, so Lasir again goes on that left side. He also helps because he's gonna bring some heal prohibition. You see, I straight up pop Laurel as soon as she's ready because she does help me with some rage boost. Okay, they're almost dead. Vierna pops the ult, and because of her execution, you see that most of the time she kills stuff. Okay, Mari, then at the end she's gonna come over here. She doesn't reach all the way, but at least she can put that she can land those freezes on the people, and at the same time she can land the, what's it called, the reduction, the magic and physical, not reduction, the vulnerability. She does that on her battle skill. Again, we keep popping everybody. You see that I'm actually doing it on 2x speed. It works pretty well because of the way it's going. One thing that I want you to keep in mind and be aware of, once it gets towards the end with the last ones, you see that when they go over here, you want to make sure you have Hollow ready to pop. Not for this one, but for the later one, okay? You want to make sure that she's ready because you can see how much damage they start doing, and because you're not going to be able to one-shot them always, they might kill you, okay? So we barely passed this one. You saw people almost died, but now once they're gonna start coming from over here, make sure you keep your healing till they get around here, okay? Because you see damage, okay, and then you pop the healing. Same thing on the other side, pop Vortex, because see, like for example, this one is a bit of bad RNG because my Dolores already died, so I'm losing out on damage. And you see, because of the bad timings, the bad RNG, I did not have enough damage to actually kill them. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to kill them anymore, but because of the timings, they get there. If you don't have enough healing and enough damage, like I should have kept Dolores so that I could pop her, so I can kill the ones that keep doing damage, you see that we die. It's like, unfortunately, you see that we die, and now I place her, but that's a bit too late, and things go by. So it is a little bit tricky. It does require, like I said, some specific timings, but this is what I managed to do last night because you see that it works just fine. Let me try and do it one more time. Maybe not, you know, maybe not as much explanation, and see if it works. But if not, it's like I said, these runs require, you might have already seen, or you might have already tested, but these type of runs requires, okay, if I didn't have the attack up on Boreas, they require a ton of RNG, okay? A ton of RNG, a ton of right timing, doing your skills at the right moment. Like, for example, boom, I pop her, I put Hollow down, then I pop Dolores, I pop Boreas as soon as I have it, do some of the freezes, heal prohibition, and then I can pop Vierna, boom, kill most of them. And again, most of the time, like I said, it's the RNG of how do you do the damage? Can you heal at the right time? Like, do I have the healing at the right time with Hollow, with Vortex? It's really important. Do I have enough damage? Do I have Dolores always ready when I need to pop Vierna? Because Vierna's the one that's the most important DPS in this pop because of her, what's it called? Because of her passive on the ultimate, or I don't know how to call it. But because of her ultimate, she has the execution. So if they're under 35% HP, when she does her ultimate, she basically executes them and they're straight up dead. So as an example, she does boom, you see executed because they had under 35% HP. Then after that, Boreas is obviously amazing because same as Mari, what Boreas brings to the fight is that's a lot of freezes, okay? And the thing is, if they are frozen, they will not be hitting the they will not be hitting the wall, so that's really important. Let me see, execute some more. Again, see, just because I did it, I didn't even need to pop Dolores. I just needed to use that because I had to execute them. That was the main thing for this one. Now let me start popping Hollow. Then as soon as they start getting closer, I'm gonna pop Boreas as well. I want to make sure that they are in range. Again, it's just the RNG of that of the damage that Dolores takes. That makes it a bit complicated. But after that, you see me, I just keep popping stuff. But one thing that's really important, like I said, you see how much rage regen is happening in there, okay? There's so much going on because of Hollow and because of Laurel that we keep coming back to it over and over and over again, and it's definitely works a lot. And you see that even the shield manages to take quite a few hits because of the fact that we have those freezes and we keep them busy. Again, see, land a heal reduction over there, boom, execute some more. Come on, Vierna, do some stuff in there. But you see, it's getting closer and closer. So that's the whole idea of the principle. It seems like I'm just not gonna get the RNG to show it on this one. The damage is not quite perfect, and Dolores that keeps dying in there doesn't make it ideal. I think one thing that I forgot to do, and maybe that's a little bit of a problem, is I'm gonna show you the build and I'm gonna show you what I actually did. But I think I forgot to swap two things. So first thing that I did on Mari, I just have a random build right now, okay? Just some random stats, but what I had on her, I actually had my Pyros build. So let me just show you. Let me see. What is it? Where are you, Pyro? So as you can see, this is what I had on her. So she had like 500 attack. She had good rage regen, so she always came back to her ultimate, so I could pop them pretty often. And that's all I cared about for her. Attack speed and rage regen. And then when it comes to the artifact, I just had this one. I didn't swap any artifact for her, okay? So let me just put the gear back on Pyros before I forget and just mess it all up. Let's see, where you at, Pyros? Where you at, okay? And then another thing that actually changed was on Laurel. Again, on Laurel, I had Invigoration with some attack speed, rage regen on this one. I really care about the rage regen. Then over here, everything else just to make her survive. But the really important thing that I had on her was not this book. I actually had the Samsara, again, that I have on Pyros. Because I want her to recover rage a lot, and that's why I gave her attack speed. Every 5 attack, she's going to keep recovering rage. So I had her with this. That means she kept going and going and going and going. That's why this time it didn't fall off perfectly. Then if you look at the DPS builds for a second, I have Tear of Twilight on Vierna. Then these are the stats that I have on her. You see like almost 100% crit rate, good crit damage, good attack. I do have Curse set and I do have Calamity on her. Okay, then for Lasir, I have him in, it's not the perfect build, but I did manage to have a Soulbound Arcana set, 100% crit rate, good attack, good crit damage. I'm actually surprised that I have a full set because you can see they're not, like, look at this. This one just gives me attack bonus and crit damage. They're not ideal, but still it works. They have some decent stats in there. And then artifact, I have the Unfortunate Skull. gives more AoE damage, but he takes more damage, so it kind of helps because of his ultimate especially. Again, he's not fully scrolled up. I could use some more scrolls to increase the duration, lower the skill cost, but I don't think I'm going to be scrolling Lassir anymore. I think I'm just going to focus on Boreas. And speaking of Boreas, I have him with my other Tear of Twilight artifact. He's not fully scrolled again, like nothing in the ultimate. This I scrolled this one max to the max, just this one's not fully upgraded. Then when it comes to a build for him, I do have him in Fracture. This is the other set that I had available. You can see really low crit damage, pretty decent attack. This could be better, but you know, that's all I had and that's what I'm using. I could always swap, you know, you could always keep in mind, you can always just swap your best build. So for example, maybe have your people for guild boss, like I have, for example, a Cerberus, what is it? I have a Zillitu, I have a Secham. You could always swap some of those builds, but ideally for people like Boreas, like Lassir, like Vierna, you want to try and get that cursed set because obviously they do AoE damage. But still, with these stats, it actually worked for me. Then let me see, who was the other one? So I had Boreas, Lassir, Vierna. Obviously Vortex is just in a standard healing build, nothing too crazy. Just a random artifact if the game stops freezing. Like I'm shocked that they still have not fixed this. Ever since Global, they had the same issue of the loading Watcher. Why are they not fixing that? So just a random artifact on him and then builds healing, and then with this new set, I don't even know what it's called, Immortal Warrior. Then who else? Dolores, Invigoration and attack, as much attack as I could on her. Attack bonus, and attack bonus. And then when it comes to the artifact, the good old Keen Wisdom, which used to be called something else, I forgot the name. Then Mari, like I said, Whiteout Trinket, and then for her, just rage regen and attack speed. That's all you care about. Attack speed, because you want her to hit a lot, because this is what it's all about. She inflicts slow, and the slow on the target, they will also get vulnerability to physical damage and to magic damage. Then Laurel, again, I have them fully scrolled. Laurel's fully scrolled. Mari fully scrolled. Vortex is the same. The epics are fully scrolled. The legendaries, not all of them, just Vierna, because Vierna was one of my first ones. So actually, she's not even fully scrolled. I could maybe throw some more, but I don't think it's gonna help me that much. Maybe on this one, but anyway. I think I'm gonna leave it at this. It might sound like it was, you know, I might have sounded to be all over the place. You know what we can do? Let me just run it once on full auto with the power of dominance and whatnot. So you can actually see that, yes, I beat it, because otherwise I would have not unlocked the power of dominance. However, like I said, the whole principle and the way that I noticed I managed to do it is, even though you saw my build and the damage that I had, it was just not quite there. Like, I was missing a little bit of something. So the fact that I had the combination of Laurel plus Hollow, that's what I'm trying to emphasize from this video. The combination of Laurel plus Hollow on this side to keep boosting rage, the usual Dolores of boosting attack, then your two best AoE DPS on the right platform with them is what makes it work. Then basically what you have on the left side alongside Vortex and what I used are gonna be like another DPS plus I guess let's call him an enabler Lassir that brings that anti-healing, and then we have the Mari that kind of brings us the healing and the freezing. And alongside that, she also brings us extra damage. And oh yeah, one extra thing that I forgot to mention. Any lord that you have for the cultists, which is going to be especially Vierna, is going to be important, because the bonus from somebody like an Aeon, that was a fusion what I'm using, it straight up gives her more damage, okay? Because every time somebody's inflicted with, I think it's slow, freeze, immobilize, like basically the control effects, your cultists will do 20% more damage. And that's huge, because the higher you get on stages, the more resistance they have, the more defensive stats they have. So it's harder and harder to kill them. So you basically want to have as many things in your team that kind of lower their resistances and stuff. Okay, and that's kind of what I did in here with the Mari, with the Boreas, with the Lord. So that's how I finally managed to do it. You can see again, I managed to do it. It was tricky, but the important thing, and the last thing that I could not show you at the end is I killed all the ads, the shield was down, and then at the end I actually placed my best tank, which is Brokir, I placed him down in the middle so that he could sustain the hits from the boss, and then I just kept hitting him up until I took him completely down, because otherwise he would have just, you know, the shield falls and then moves over. That's where, you know, at the end I just removed Vortex because Hollow kept enough healing for the tank. Remove Hollow and then just place Brock here. Like, unfortunately I cannot show you. Let me just show Brock here. He's just HP in the Guardian set plus the Life Force, and then when it comes to the artifact, I think I just have this one used to be called Olag's Wall, the Bastion Ring. It's not even leveled. But yeah, this is what I used, and again, this is what I was talking about earlier. Increases faction allies damage dealt to enemies inflicted with stun, freeze, immobilize, and other control effects by 20%. Okay, so this is what makes it really good, and that's what Boreas and the Mari come in clutch with those freezes so that Vienna does more damage. Same thing for Lasir. But anyway, okay, so I actually tried to redo it again and get a successful run. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove myself from the screen and I'm gonna play the video of me beating it, but I'm gonna make it like on 2-3 times speed with some music on the background. So I guess enjoy and see you in a bit. This is gonna be it for the video today, guys. Thank you all for watching. As always, if you do enjoy my content, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.